Hi everyone, it's Tammy Mastroberte, founder of Elevated Existence and publisher and editorial director of the award-winning Elevated Existence magazine. Welcome into video 1 of 4 in this 4-part series that I'm doing on how to create an elevated new year. So we're at the end of the year, everybody sets intentions or, resolutions, things that we're going to do, and then sometimes they don't actually happen. We don't follow through with them, and we don't really put some intentional effort sometimes into the process. What I want to do is teach you how to use these last 4 weeks of the year to quickly and easily find ways to create a more elevated year in 2018. So that's what I'm going to teach you here. Make sure there's a workbook that goes with all 4 of these videos. So what I'm going to teach you here are quick tips and exercises that you can then go and do using the workbook. So the workbook can be downloaded at elevatedexistence.com/new year, or either below or above this video there should be a link depending on where you're watching us. So what I want to explain to you first is when it comes to elevation, when it comes to living a more elevated existence, raising our vibrations, and just being more elevated on a regular basis, it all goes down to how you feel and feeling good. The better you feel, the happier you feel, the more joy you feel, the more elevated you feel. So what I want you to do in the first step of this process, what we're going to do is we are going to take inventory. It's very easy, it's fun, I promise. So stay with me and download the workbook. What I want you to do, step 1, is taking inventory. So we're going to sit down, put aside maybe 30 minutes this week. You can even break it up into chunks. You can do 5 minutes in the morning for the entire week and do this quick exercise, okay? Do it in chunks, don't overwhelm yourself. But it's fun because and everything that I'm teaching you, by the way, I'm doing. So I started creating this process and doing this for myself, and I thought I need to share this with everybody so we can all do this together. So what you're going to do is I want you to look at and make a list of all of the things you do daily, weekly, and then monthly and yearly. So what do I mean? What are some of the things that you do every day? And it's not just about the things that you like to do or the things that you don't like to do. I want you to list everything. So you get up in the morning and you make yourself juice. Maybe you cook yourself breakfast. You get the kids to school. You get yourself to work. You stop at Starbucks every day for your latte or some other type of drink. Put all of those things down that you do every day. You cook yourself dinner. You commute back home from work. You pick the kids up at school. What do you do sort of on a daily basis? Now, you can do this exercise separately for work. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you're working for someone else, you can do this exercise separately for that. And you'll see by the time I get through this, you'll see, oh, this can apply to that as well. But right now, I just want you to not look at specific tasks for a job. I just want you to look at your day. So what are the things that you do? Write them all down. Then I want you to look at the things you do weekly. So maybe you do laundry every week, once a week, or just on the weekends. Maybe you do grocery shopping once a week. What are the things that you do once per week or more than once, more of a weekly basis than a daily basis? And write all of those down. Then I want you to look at monthly. So what are things that you only do once a month? And then for the year, what I want you to do is kind of go month by month and say, what are some of the things that I do only once a year? So maybe you look at February and you say, oh, I host a Valentine's Day dinner every year at my house. That would be something that you would write down. Or I host Thanksgiving every year at my house. That would be something you would write down. You take a vacation every June. That would be something you write down. So that's kind of looking at that month by month to look at what do I do once per year? What are these events that I do, just in the month of January, just in the month of February? And write them all down. The next step is where we are going to take this list that we've made. We're going to look at the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the yearly. And I want you to evaluate and elevate. So what you're going to do is look at each item on your list. So, driving to work in the morning, or making my breakfast, or making my green juice, whatever it is. I want you to look at each item on your list, and I want you to ask yourself, does this make me feel good? Do I enjoy this process? Do I enjoy the end result of the process? But do I enjoy the process, or while I'm doing it, do I feel good? That's what I want you to ask yourself for every item on the list. Now, if you get a yes, this makes me feel good, I love doing this, then move to the next item on the list. If you get a no, like, oh gosh, I really, I hate my commute to work in the morning, or I really can't stand having to cook dinner for myself every night, or maybe weekly, you're like, oh God, I dread going to the grocery store. Whatever it is, if you get a no, then I want you to look at that no, and I want you to pick one of three things that you can do. The goal is to try and turn that into a yes, this is a feel good. So what you can do is you look at that list. Let's just say there's something on the list and you're like, oh no, I really don't like doing this. What I want you to do is ask yourself, can I delete this? Is there a way for me to just stop doing this? Do I have to do this every week? Or do I have to do this every year? Is there a way for me to not do it anymore? If that's a no, you absolutely have to do it. You have to cook yourself dinner, or you have to drive to work, right? Then I want you to say, okay, can I delegate whatever this is? Or can I give it to someone else to do? Can I hire someone else to do it? Or can I get help with this from a partner, a friend, a family member? So can I delete it? Can I delegate it? And can I, try and get help, basically, would also be part of the delegation process. So what do I mean by that? You can't stand grocery shopping every week. You dread going to the grocery store. Could you do some of your shopping online and have it delivered to you? Amazon Prime Pantry is out there now. You can order many, many household items through that, and it gets delivered. There's many grocery stores that allow you now to do all your shopping online and either go pick it up or have it sent to, somebody comes and delivers it to your house. So is there something that you can do that maybe will cost you a little extra money, but it will alleviate that, oh my gosh, I hate doing this process? Maybe you clean the house once a week, and it's just like, why do I have to do this every Saturday? I'm picking stuff up, and I'm cleaning, and I'm dusting. Can you maybe hire somebody to do that? Maybe if you can't afford it weekly, maybe you just do it once a month, and it alleviates you from having to do that you don't enjoy doing. So that's what I mean by delegate. Can I hire somebody to do it, or can I get help with it? If neither one of those are an option, if you're like, I don't have any extra money, I don't have anybody to help me, and I have to do this, the last thing you're going to do is find 3 positive or grateful things that you can think of about that particular situation. So let's say you hate cleaning the house and you can't get anybody else to do it, and you're not going to hire anybody else, but somebody has to clean the house, right? You're not going to just live in a hot mess all the time. So what can you do about that? Look at that and say, well, okay, I really like it once it's clean, because I know clutter literally attracts negative energy to it. So I don't want to be around clutter because I don't want negative energy in my environment. And it feels really, really good to me once it's actually clean. So that's a positive. You can also say, you know what, how can I make this experience more pleasurable for myself? Well, I could listen to an inspirational podcast or a video, like the videos that I do, or some other, CD, or something that I can listen to where I'm learning and I'm raising my vibration and I'm feeling good, that maybe I don't have time to listen to otherwise, but maybe I can put my headphones on, or if I'm home alone, I can just turn on the computer or turn on the stereo or whatever it is, and I can listen to this, and that can elevate that process for me. And so that's what I want you to do. I want you to, if you can't get rid of it and you can't get help for it, or you can't afford to get help for it, I need you to find 3 things that are positive about that experience, or 3 ways you can make that positive experience so that you are feeling better about the things that you don't really like to do or that don't make you feel good. That's it for step number 2. And then lastly, you just have to take action on them. So all of the stuff that you said, yes, this makes me feel good, you're done. That's fantastic. Anything that you said no, if you decided I'm going to stop doing this, then you're going to stop it. If you decide I'm going to delegate this, then take action to either get help or hire somebody. And if you decided I can't do either one of them and I have to keep doing this, but I'm going to do it in an elevated way because I'm going to elevate myself in the process and feel good about it, then all you have to do is you have those 3 things. So now when you go to do that thing that you're not crazy about, I want you to keep that list handy. I want you to look at those things. I want you to remind yourself of those things that either you decided to do to make the experience better or what you're grateful for about the experience. And I want you to remind yourself of that before you go and do it so that you bring yourself up a little bit. That is all that this first process is. Again, download the workbook. It's so much fun. I started doing this myself, and it really brings to consciousness sort of things that we do unconsciously that we don't even realize maybe are downers for us, or that are really not something that we want to bring into this next year, because we only want to bring positive and good vibes into this next year so that we can feel good, we can manifest what we desire, we can heal ourselves, whatever it is that we're trying to do. You want to do it from a state of elevation. So download the workbook, either the link below or the link above, or elevatedexistence.com/workbook. And when you download the workbook, you're actually going to get access to a free live webinar that I'm going to be doing at the end of all these videos right in the beginning of the year to help you out and take this a little bit further. So good luck. Send me an email or write a comment here, and I will see you in video 2.